It's a state of emergency. It's been a hell of a year. Hell for over 400 years. My people, it's time we stand. It's time we demand the freedom that this land promises. President Biden, we demand justice, equity, policy, and everything else that freedom encompasses. And to accomplish this, we don't need allies. We need accomplices. It's bigger than black and white. This is not a trend. This is our plight. Until freedom. Until freedom.
So when the first time I heard of Tamika Mallory, I heard about her with that whole Breonna Taylor case and her going at the attorney general, forget his name, last name Cameron and whatnot. But everybody wants to call themselves an activist in today's world, meaning they basically have a big mouth with a slick tongue. If we understanding that Tamika Mallory, she got groomed under Al Sharpton, known Boule member, known gatekeeper, known member to just keep hope alive for the so-called black community, keep them stagnant in the place that they're in. When you want to settle for money, you're not accumulating any justice with that. So why are you at the Grammys performing like you're about to win an award? Real activists wouldn't be on the damn Grammys, where the whole platform is controlled by the elite. The only so-called black members that are part of the elite are bending over, sold their souls already, sold out the black community for a paycheck. So what are you doing, Miss Tamika Mallory? Nobody knows you but only other than having a big mouth. Tamir Rice's mother called her out recently saying, look at this clout chaser. Talking about nothing but the same nonsense that people talk about when they want to have a speech at these protests. When you're a so-called black feminist, you're already public enemy number one to the so-called black community, because if you're a feminist, then you add being so-called black to that. You don't give a damn about the nuclear family. All you care about is feminazi rights, LGBT rights, all these other rights that have nothing to do with the so-called black man. But you want to open your mouth every time that there is a racially motivated death at the hands of a so-called white man. You've been an activist for how long? But what have you done? All you're showing the people is that Al Sharpton did a very good job at grooming you, because right now there's nobody that has a better underdog story than the so-called black woman. Meanwhile, they're not getting gunned down in the streets. They're not getting scared looks because they're wearing a hoodie. They're not getting ran up on when there's 4 so-called black sisters standing on a corner getting broken up by police officers asking, what are you doing? Get out of here. All you showing us is that you are a good talker. You run your mouth like no other. Just like any other activist that's out here for a paycheck. Who's out here on a Grammy stage? All these emotional alternative lifestyle individuals, all these feminazis who happen to be so-called black. It makes no sense. All it shows us is that you all are big attention whores. You're in it for the money. You're not in it for the betterment of the so-called black community, man. People are waking up day by day, especially with Tamir Rice's mother calling y'all out. Then you got this no-name rapper who came out the woodworks. He's only here for a paycheck, talking about this dude, my son, talking about activists needs to get paid. What the hell are you talking about? Do you understand the so-called black community spends $1 trillion a year? You don't think that you could get supported by that? It makes no sense. Then this broad doubled down with another endorsement. Let's check it out.
I've been an activist for 25 years of my life. I come from a very long line of strong women. They always encourage me to use every single resource to help another young woman who's on her journey. I am sure black women will lead this nation to a better place. We're taking control and we're shaping our stories.
And as you can see right now, she's holding up that communist fist / Marxist fist over her eye, representing the all-seeing eye, which basically shows you that she is not with you. She is not for you. She is down with the team and not the team that the so-called blacks are fighting for. all the social justice warriors, all the virtue signal individuals, identity politic individuals, all you emotional creatures that lead with your emotions and can't think logically are having this quote unquote strong black woman speak for y'all. Meanwhile, she's getting paid by the same people that you are trying to fight against. 25 years in this game, she's on the Grammy stage and she's getting endorsed by Cadillac, which is a subliminal pimp slap to the so-called black community, bro. It's a known ride for pimps, which basically means she's poverty pimping. It's a known ride for the pulpit pimps, your priest or your pastor, which preys on the lonely single mothers, the elderly, the emotional females that attend the church, giving you false hope, not giving it to you real. Why you think men aren't attending church like that in today's world, man? The modern churches are a joke. They're government funded. Leading Black Lesbians Matter, which is a political front. What are you doing? They don't give a damn about me, a straight, heterosexual, so-called black man. They only care about a brother when he dies by the hand of a so-called white cop. Brothers are killing each other every day. We have to govern that. We got to stop putting our hope into these poverty pimps that are basically down for the cause, man. They are playing with the away team. The 2017 Women's March, one of her biggest supporters was Planned Parenthood, founded by a known Klan member, bruh, Margaret Sanger. I had a disagreement with a female that wouldn't even understand that Planned Parenthood is not for the best interest of our community. She wants to come up with all these goofy ass stories that she pulled up in her archives talking about how so-called black women are getting mistreated, this, that, and the third. Meanwhile, we're the most fertile. They've been trying to figure out how to stop us from having kids for the longest. The only individuals that have complications with fertility issues are Caucasian women, bro. I can't believe this shit, man, but a lot of people got to stop putting all their faith into these activists because that's all they are, loudmouths with an air horn talking about strong so-called black women. And I want y'all to go back into this little commercial and you're going to see that they have a handful of trans women in this damn commercial. So if you're a so-called black woman, a straight so-called black woman, you should be ultra disrespected by this commercial. How do you have trans women representing you? And she's talking about quote unquote black women as if they are regular black women. Like that's the way they were born. When they were born with another male organ. Like it doesn't make any sense. They are in it to destroy the so-called black community. They cause nothing but diversion amongst us. How the hell are we seeing Black Lives Matter marches with rainbow flags and all this other nonsense? And then, not to mention right now, you have your president, you have everybody else in the media that's putting up this smoke screen talking about stop Asian hate. When are y'all going to understand that none of these presidents give a damn about y'all? All of the faces that y'all see on TV talking about Black Lives Matter, we need to do this, we need to do that. They don't give a damn about y'all. They are in it for a check. This woman, I have not heard of her. I only heard of her about when this Breonna Taylor case came about. And now you cannot dodge her. You want to call yourself a street activist and all this bullshit. All these people are just clout chasers and they're down for the cause to just keep everybody stagnant in the same place that they're in, looking for false hope, thinking that they're going to get saved by their white savior who's going to come from the rafters like Owen Hart back in the day in WWE. All this activist shit, riots, all this nonsense is just entertainment for the elite because so-called black men and women don't have any understanding of who they are. We have no culture. We are not together. They understand that you're like that battered bitch in that bad relationship that keeps getting beaten up. Your friends are telling you to leave him, but you're like, no, he loves me. He loves me. I swear he's going to change. That's the relationship of America and the so-called black community. Until they realize that they have to divorce that relationship, ain't nothing going to change.